Hey, welcome back once again to Mike's Game Glitches. Today I'm going to show you some glitches in Kirby's Adventure for the NES. Before we take a look at those though, I want to show you some in Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy. Now these aren't going to be anything too crazy, but I just thought I'd throw them in for a bonus, so let's take a look. Alright, so here's a few little ones for the Game Boy. On the level Float Islands, there's an area with spikes hanging down. For some reason, you can hit the spike, and then it makes you pass through the blocks, and it ends up glitching you through the walls. Huh, that's strange, isn't it? On level 4, Bubbly Clouds, after you fight this boss, there'll be a star that you can ride on. When the ride's over, fall to the left while holding down the suck button. Be sure to press up before you hit the water, or it's not going to work. If you suck in the pepper and fly right, you'll pass through the waterfall and be behind the background. You can float all around behind objects and the stars. Hey Kirby! Hey Kirby! It's a fun one to try if you haven't seen it before. Alright, like I said, nothing too crazy. But now let's take a look at some glitches in Kirby's Adventure for the NES. This is a glitch that'll give you about 255 extra mics to use. For this one, you'll have to get up to the boss of Candy Cream Island. The boss moves around to different canvases and paints pictures of items. You can absorb the items and use them as a weapon. Now, as you can see, his energy is down halfway. Eventually, he'll paint a microphone. You suck that in and get its power. Now use the microphone twice and get his power real low. Then you'll have one more microphone left to use. For this last hit, you'll have to stand in the center of the room, then jump up and use the microphone in mid-screen. He'll die, and you'll get the star rod immediately. If this is done right, the stage will end, and upon entering the next section, you'll be given a massive amount of microphones to use. The microphone ability is awesome because it kills everything on the screen, so it's incredibly helpful. Now, one warning, if you hit select or you die, you'll lose all the microphones, so watch out. On the second stage, at the end, you'll see this star. If you pass it and go to the right side of the screen, you won't be able to go any further. You're supposed to get the star to advance further. After you've beaten a level, you'll be able to re-enter it if you want by hitting start and exiting. It'll allow you to leave since it's already been beaten. So if you quit the stage and restart this board, this time when you see the star, move back and forth like this so it disappears. Then you can keep progressing right where you couldn't before. And you'll see it spells out HAL, which is the game's developer. I'm really not sure if I'd call this an Easter egg or a glitch, but it sure is weird. This glitch is known as the Infinite Weapon Glitch. Go to the museum on the first stage where you'll see an enemy with a sword. The idea here is to be able to keep this sword forever. You'll want to go into a level that you've already completed, and hit start and select at the exact same time. When you exit the door, if you timed it correctly, you should still have the sword. To tell if it worked properly, get hit once, and if you still have the sword, that means it's working. Now, anything you do, you'll keep the sword. Even if you get on a warp star, when you get off, the sword should still be with you. On the bottom of the screen it says that Kirby's normal, indicating that he has no weapon, which of course is totally wrong. And that makes this a glitch. Be careful though, because if you hit select or you die, you can lose it. This is an example of a glitch that will actually help you throughout the game. In the past, I've shown some glitches that haven't been that helpful at all, like the Technodrome glitch in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where you can use your turtle after he's died, making him a zombie turtle. And yeah, that glitch is completely useless, but the point of this show is to simply show a variety of different glitches that you can perform. The name of the show is Mike's Game Glitches, not Mike's Helpful Game Glitches. Not every glitch I'm going to show is going to be necessarily helpful, so if you can't handle that, well, fuck off. Alright, here's another glitch along the same lines. In the very first level, there's a secret area you can go to where Kirby gets the UFO ability. Near this waterfall, you sort of float by this block and you'll enter a secret room. Suck in the little UFO and get its power. Then hit start and select at the same time and exit the stage. If you did this correctly, just before the pause menu, you should see the star coming out of Kirby, but he'll still be in UFO form. If you did it right when you exit the stage, Kirby should still be a UFO. So now you'll retain the UFO forever unless you hit select or if you die. I think this is actually better than the Infinite Sword glitch, because with that, you still have to fight. With the UFO, you can just fly over everything, making the game a breeze. And now, like I was saying before, not all the glitches I'm going to do are going to be helpful. So, here's a glitch that's totally not helpful in any way. First get yourself the stone ability, then make your way to stage 1 of the Orange Ocean. Swim through here and enter through the door. As soon as you're inside, press B and use the stone. The game will become corrupted. Is this helpful? No, not at all. because your game is going to crash and you'll have to reset the friggin' console. So does this do you any good? No, it doesn't. But is this a glitch? Yes. Yes it is. So, bite me.